Hi everybody, welcome back to Targum Torah, and this week we're having a heat wave in Eretz Israel, and so the parsha, Vayirah, maybe actually be a little bit fitting for that. As I just noted, this week in parsha Vayirah, we meet Avraham sitting outside of his tent. This is in Beraishit, Yud Chet, or chapter 18. It is the hottest part of the day, Kechom Beyom, when Avraham looks up to see three men standing before him. Even in his discomfort, he has just been circumcised, he demonstrates his ability to be an exceptional host. Our local community rabbi jokingly notes that Avraham is perhaps the first Chabadnik on Shlichus, known for their generosity and willingness to go above and beyond. Avraham sees three men standing before him, and he enthusiastically greets them, running and calling out to them so that he can provide them with a generous meal. The setting of this scene in the Hebrew is Kechom B'Yom, showing that we are at a point in the day when it is the hottest and the most uncomfortable when traveling, especially in the Middle East. The Aramaic translation of the text retains its meaning, Kemecham Yoma. The Septuagint, though, focuses more on the temporal or time of day quality when using the phrase Meseh Berias, which I would translate as literally middle of the day. Where the quality of this is focusing on time. Reading in this temporal way is not entirely outside of the Jewish understanding. We see in the commentaries, for example, Rashbam, that the use of Kechom B'Yom is intended to position the narrative in time, in the middle of the day, which stands in contrast to the subsequent scene with Lot, where it is evening, as we know from where they're supposed to be residing overnight. I try to only bring in languages into my blog that I have formally studied, but I did check the Vulgate, which emphasizes the heat of the day in its translation for Bore Die, which may help to support the historical translations aligning with the Masoretic Hebrew text here, emphasizing heat. In my view, the experience of heat over position in time provides the proper emphasis and backdrop of the actions that Avraham undertakes. It is more relatable and human. It puts us into the narrative, where we can feel the lethargy of Avraham as he musters the energy to host his guest. Perhaps it is also a fitting translation for the first Chabadnik, since when it comes to finding the proper moment to serve God, such as Avraham serving his guest, Hasidim are fond to say that here we have a soul, not a watch, which, when you're pushing time for morning davening, prayers, can be a useful perspective. Thank you again for joining me on my adventure as I translate and look at various parts of the text that I find interesting. Please do note that all of the text is available on my website if you want to look at it, which is in the links. Thank you.